Hello everyone. This is my New York Minute hardcore run on Max Payne 3. This was done on the PC version with mouse and keyboard. Now, New York Minute, staple difficulty in the Max Payne series. In Max Payne 3, specifically the hardcore variant, you get 1 life, and your timer starts at 1 minute. Now you gain time through killing enemies throughout the game. Now the overall combat difficulty is set to medium, and you would think the biggest challenge of this mode is beating the entire game without dying. And yes, it is challenging, but sadly for the PC version, it's actually whether the game is gonna not crash in that amount of time. So I'll put them in the description what I did to increase the overall stability of the game. But essentially, you disable tablet input service
once I opened the door, I'd actually
in your task manager, and you also want to run the game at DirectX 9. And for my run, I'm also running the latest version of the cutscene skip mod, and that allows you to skip all the fake loading screens, which is nice for just speeding it up. It saves quite a bit of time. And if you're on console, sadly that's not an option, but well, you only have to sit through a little bit of cutscenes then.
It's gonna be all right, Mr. Bronco. Everything is okay.
Not too much happening in the first chapter, but I had a glitch where I ran into an infinite loading screen. Switching to DirectX 9 did help with that, but you'll notice as the run gets further in, those end screens there, I really recommend waiting on them. Like, really wait for the game to process, you know, the little circle in the bottom left corner to stop spinning.
I hadn't seen it coming.
Let it all load in before continuing, because it's really sad when you get halfway through the game and something completely out of your control ruins your run.
The doors had been chained.
So the time actually isn't as scary as you think. As long as you play semi-aggressive, you're gonna have so much time accrued by the end that you can just completely take your time in the last levels, which is good because those are the hardest ones.
Son of a bitch.
And actually, a lot of rooms go smoother and faster with an aggressive approach. But yeah, always use bullet time. Like, if you have it, use it. It's the best way to avoid damage, and it does slow down the timer as well. Another thing, you want to, you know, fairly, within reason, memorize where all the painkillers are. You always want to have them. There is a last stand mode, so if you do get hit with a killing shot, the game gives you one last chance to kill the enemy that downed you. and then you can survive as long as you have painkillers. It uses a painkiller.
I couldn't remember the last time I'd done drugs in a nightclub.
Yeah, my rule of thumb
They were headed for the
is
hell-
whenever I'm half health, I manually use a painkiller. I never want to go into last stand if I can avoid it. I probably went into last stand maybe 2 or 3 times in this whole run. None of them were a big deal. I was able to get out of it.
Max, shoot that bastard!
You can actually wallbang these last 2 guys. I got one of them there. I didn't get the last one.
Gotta be kidding me.
But yeah, I can't understate it enough. You have bullet time. Use it. It's easy to forget about it in certain situations when things start getting hectic.
He's gonna kill her, Max! She's headed inside, past me.
I'm also using the weapon-specific reticle, which gives you the circle around it. That gives you the spread of certain weapons. It gives you the
Either way,
crosshair on the
I needed to find
rifles.
Giovanna before they did.
I prefer it to the default.
Isso está ficando vergonhoso! Ela não vale a pena. Temos a mulher de branco. Foi por isso que ficou.
And right there is an example of just using the wall. You can shoot them, but they can't shoot you. And that's just an extremely important tactic throughout the entire game. Especially when you're trying to play it slow and not take damage. In terms of weaponry, dual wielding is amazing. Extremely high DPS, forgiveness with the headshots. I don't have like really specific moments of when I decide to
The
like
odds on
use a
Giovanna
rifle or
still
not,
being alive
but
were getting worse by the second. And if
I would
Fabiana wasn't
avoid
dead already, I was
shotguns.
guessing pretty soon she'd start wishing she
Also, like
was.
grenade
I was up for
launchers,
one
except for
god-awful
Chapter
performance review.
13. I would avoid those too because it is shockingly easy to kill yourself with them. It's just not even worth using them in most cases.
Come on.
Eu sabia que essa porra ia dar merda. Quem foi o filho da puta que teve essa ideia de estádio? Toma capa!
Also, shoot dodging, I tend to avoid it as well. You're kind of just exposing yourself to the enemy
What, like a button
shots. It does slow down time.
How's it
It's
going?
very useful in certain situations, but
What we got here?
you can honestly go almost the full entirety of the game
Heads
never
up.
using
Here
it, and
comes
it's
friend.
totally fine. Like right here, I probably should have used a painkiller.
Something tells me we're heading in the right direction.
You don't want to be like at 70% red.
Son of a bitch.
okay?
About the same as before. Looking forward to getting out of this shithole.
Let's go, Max.
More trophies and game plans. It had been a very long time since I'd had one of either. It didn't sound like we were the only ones getting shot at. Who the hell had tipped these guys off? I didn't know what to think anymore. This town had more smoke and mirrors than a strip club locker room.
Check this out!
I didn't give a damn about the money, but I knew what would happen to Fabiana if the wrong people...
Whenever you have a companion, it's best to stay close to them and kill every enemy. It's very easy for them to die by you getting too far away or accidentally shooting them or them just getting shot.
My shoulder was ripped to shreds. For once, I had an excuse to medicate.
Come on, this way. Sniper friend should be just up here.
It was time to introduce our sniping pal to something more intimate and short range.
I'll deal with the guys on the other side of the fence. You take the others.
Whatever you say.
The thing about rifles and I believe submachine guns is that they do have a longer range. So I like to have them for these longer engagements. You can easily just one-tap targets from really far away.
All right, I'm inside. Looks like a VIP lounge or something. I'm gonna check it out.
Neves vai nos matar, hein, se a gente não voltar com dinheiro, né? Quem é a menina? É alguma alpinista social aí casada com
You always want to be running over bodies as well to get ammo. That's another thing. If you go into last stand and you don't have ammo,
I don't know.
it's very
Looking for
sad.
something that ain't here, I guess. Looks like some kind of maintenance elevator.
Great shoot dodge here. This part can be fairly annoying, but this is one of those examples where an aggressive approach is just simply the best. Clear out all the enemies quick, and it's just smooth, minimal damage.
made it.
It's also a nice tactic to shoot open doors, as I did there. Also, this guy can bug out for whatever reason. It seems like if you keep shooting him after the kill cam, though, sometimes you can just waste them there.
Help me out here, Max.
Sniping, I just aim for a little bit past their arms. Hits every time.
Top of the stairs, Max. On the left of the road. Two more. Top of the stairs. On the other two, come on. I see him. Two coming. Other side of the fence. Can I catch a fucking break here? My kills are calling on me. Now get to the other one. Max, on the other side. Another one, bottom of the stairs. All right, I'm making a run for it. No chão, filha da puta! Agora! That was too close. I'm getting inside before any more show up.
I'm clear, Max.
Max Payne 3 mostly incentivized headshots, but as that sniping section showed, at times it is better to just go for the easy shot. Go for center mass. It's a one tap anyways.
There was only one way up there.
Okay, I'm going up. Good. Make it quick.
Believe me, I ain't gonna drag this out.
I mean, even at this point, I have 9 painkillers. I should just be taking one after every little bit of damage. No point really hanging on to him at this point. So if you notice you're at the end of it, nearing the end of a stage, and you just have a stockpile, might as well just keep using them.
I see you. You're right on top of it. Jump the railing.
This is a bad idea.
And that was chapter 3.
I don't know why I did it.
Such a satisfying shot. Also, I quite enjoy these throwback chapters. Takes you right back to Max Payne 1 almost.
Always in moderation.
I know you brought a fucking army down here, but there ain't much left. Oh, shit!
New Jersey is in here.
I'm putting you next to you, asshole.
Hey, don't worry. There's light at the end of the tunnel. If there ain't a light, it ain't a tunnel. It's a hole. Grave most like.
Time to see what's waiting outside for us.
Well, it ain't gonna be a warm cup of milk and a blowjob.
If you have some bullet time left over, probably the best way to tackle this part. If you can kill all of them, makes this section really easy. If not, it can get out of hand pretty fast.
I thought about saying the cops, but this was no time for bad jokes.
So explosions not only give you more time, they are quite effective at killing whole groups of enemies. Yeah, explosions will give you a full 10
Back in
seconds.
amongst it to help me out of a jam.
Yep, that was chapter 4. On to chapter 4, part 2. Max's apartment.
Hidden away for a rainy day. I guess I thought if I was going to be shot in the face in here, it would.
It's
probably be
unnecessary,
me
but I
pulling the
like
trigger.
just killing these guys on the roof. Why not? Just gives you more time, easy kills. As long as you're using the
I didn't have
wall,
fancy
they
blue
can't
light
shoot
on
you
my
back.
gun. Just a stubborn desire to stop those thugs from having their... It was hard seeing Brewer go out like that. But I got to thinking, it was what he was waiting for. A chance to make a difference. At least that's what helps me sleep at night. The apartment
Shout
made
out to
me wish
Brewer.
I'd got to know him better.
An absolute legend.
Up and out. Scramble away from what's left of your life over dead bodies and a few loose roof tiles. If I thought things through, I may have sat down and let myself burn right there.
You know, if you're attempting this challenge, all I have to say is stay positive. In order to even play New York Minute Hardcore, you need to be
Gunfire
New
over
York Minute.
Hoboken.
So
Felt strange
you've
to
already
get
proved to
center of it
yourself
again.
you can do
Target,
it.
that is. Like an old comedian hearing one line.
And in New York Minute, you actually only get a minute at each level. So the time limit's a bit trickier than that. That's another important note too, is every level is beatable with a minute on the clock. So as long as you go into a level with a minute, you have enough time to beat it, for sure. You can see I'm already pushing 11
There were
minutes,
wrecks all
and I'm not
around.
even out of
And
chapter
not the
4
kind you
yet.
fix up for a weekend project. These were the wrecks you crossed the road to avoid.
And they're always one step ahead.
They don't need to second guess us when they're covering all the angles.
I've never had Passos die here, but I like to just strafe all the way to the left.
I'm getting sick of these people.
Get away from them. Have the enemy shoot at me.
And you move up.
Fancy seeing you here. Must have forgotten about those.
We gotta wade down to the street. How many more they got? Watch out! Want a camel coat, bro?
I'm fine with the leather.
There's plenty here. Go and bag it.
This don't show the blood so much. Might make the pain of leaving somewhat easier.
How's this look?
Look at the old face, bro.
And that is Chapter 4, Part 2. If you kill these guys without them alerting, these guys won't even spawn. But honestly, I like having them spawn because it's just free
Kept
time.
moving toward the
Why
signs
not?
of life.
They're
Rubbing
easy
them out
kills
as I went
anyways.
along. I didn't
Also,
wanna
the
think about
start
what
of
would be happening on
levels
that video feed
are
now.
always the
Just my
scariest.
own imminent cameo.
Some chapters you don't even start with a painkiller.
had
So
to
be
keep
mindful of
moving.
that.
I hope.
Kind of want to be careful in the beginning until you start stockpiling them. Here I take the AK. It's an amazing rifle and kind of gives you just more overall ammo. You have the two weapons for each hand, and then you have like the rifle. That guy got some serious air off that. I was quite impressed.
That was the.
So there's a nice little optimization here. Shoot near the tank. It alerts the enemies, then you shoot the tank. They stay there, and then they all die to the explosion. You can finish off these four. I stay prone here. Kill that guy coming on your right. And then you just have the two guys left in the back of the room. Very smooth way of tackling this room.
I was in a cocaine factory, but I'd stick to the depressants. I opened the door to the next circle of this low-rent hell.
This part I ended up taking my time on. If you play more aggressively, it tends to be much smoother than this. Yeah, this is always a part I'm just kind of like, yeah, just stay back and play it safe. Why not? We're already over 14 minutes. It's just already time is just really not even a factor anymore. Always pop those painkillers. You see right there. They get a solid hit on you. It can easily do like 70–80% of your health.
I hadn't seen Fabiana in a worrying amount of time, but at least I wasn't following a trail of her fingers. I prefer to mix these with alcohol, but on this special occasion I'd make an exception. I had to keep on...
So for the docks, the #1 priority is the boats. They will absolutely shred you. You don't need to kill the driver, I just do it anyways, because screw them. Yeah, these are where rifles kind of shine, this range. Easy one taps. They don't even really shoot back at you when you're that far away. Another boat's going to be coming in this section. There is a painkiller in that shed, I believe, so if you need it, feel free. See, I kind of hesitated there, but I have 8. I don't need any more. And there'll be a sneaky boat that comes right there once you kind of cross that threshold. This is another example where shoot dodging is probably a bad idea. I imagine you can just shoot dive right off the dock and die. I haven't done it, but I imagine that happens.
Oh, shit, more company.
Now we're onto the boat chase. To minimize damage, you want to just always be using bullet time when you have it. This is kind of the first, like, I would consider the first real challenge of the run. There's certain, like, things that can just one-shot you or go wrong. if you play this game, yeah, those Molotovs will just one-shot you. So those are priority number one at all times. Make your bullet times short and concise. Get the one tap. Don't start unloading on the bridge guy right away. Wait till the reticle turns red. There you go. And always be watching for those Molotovs.
We need to get past that decoy boat.
First scary part over.
Shit! Grenade! Grenade!
Down.
Got engine trouble!
Big six quick there, Captain. We need to move.
I find that just so satisfying. The clean one taps. So here, shoot the tank, shoot the 3 fuel cans, and that will trigger this whole thing to explode. Look at this time. Up to 15 minutes. 15 and a half minutes. Here, shoot the drivers, and the truck and cars will just instantly explode. No need to kill the turret or anything. And always be mindful of that weapon overheating. You'll notice the spread starts getting out of control.
Tourist office should get a load of this.
Man, they know all about it. Chose a different campaign.
The place was crawling. How many guys they got?
How many poor kids want nice sneakers? It ain't hard to hire. Hey, we're on them again.
So if you're not careful here, you can actually take a ton of damage. I tend to take out those first guys on the boat directly across from you, and then I focus on all these back ones. And the next event, next scary part, you don't want to shoot Fabiana. You need to kill 5 guys. And that is Chapter 5, Part 2.
Down behind the desk, now, both of you.
This room, really stretch out that bullet time and you can clear it really fast.
Max!
The real security guards had been run off, paid off, or bumped off. That left us. It wasn't a fantastically comforting thought.
There's a painkiller in this last
They could
office.
replace these on Monday morning.
This code should get us into...
Glad to see the security system is keeping the right people out.
Oh shit!
Are we dead?
No such luck. We gotta go.
It's through here.
Another painkiller in the
invoice
little kitchen section.
Come on, Max!
Make sure you have ammo. These next rooms are a little bit tough. Always get away from grenades ASAP. I probably would have been fine just staying behind the cover, but you never even want to risk it.
Move. Bronco's office overlooked the atrium. I could check in and make sure he hadn't checked out.
Max!
There it went. He was tucked up safe. Now I needed to make it to the lobby to complete my sweep of the building, for what that was worth.
Painkiller in the bathroom.
In the ass, but I'm not above embezzling office supplies.
And a little event, shoot the driver. So for the heavy weapon guy that comes out last here, I do a shoot dodge, and while you're shooting, if you tap reload at the same time, just keep tapping it, you end up shooting insanely fast. And you're gonna see, I'm gonna absolutely melt this guy. Like, you could hear the bullets like actually like doubling up there. It's really nice. So Chapter 6 Part 2, very short, but it is scary because you start out with only half your health, and I don't believe there's any painkillers in this level.
Get crushed to death.
So if you get shot like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, you're dead.
Look at me.
You also want to make sure you're walking forward
One was being held in some hole.
and
The other was
progressing,
sitting at his
because the
desk
building
with a
will
bullet
burn
in his
down
head, and the company that had its logo
quite
on my
quickly,
paycheck
and then you
was
just
melting
die.
on top of my head.
That happened to me on my first playthrough. You know, I was kind of taking in the scenery,
Shit. If I survived this,
immersing
it'd be a
myself
victory for
to what was
gross
happening, and
incompetence.
then the building just collapsed on me.
Você,
So I opted not to skip this
Kid hadn't made
cutscene,
it.
and the
Fuck.
reason
I had to
being
make
is
this
there is a
corpse
quick
looting
time
coward
event
pay.
here,
Getting his gun was more than just expediency.
and I just wanted to be ready for it.
They'd be serving me up in a churrascaria at this rate.
That guy and 2 more guys in here. Make sure you're really using bullet time here. You get a full bar. Using it will minimize you getting shot.
Rodrigo or not, Fabricas Bronco is falling apart quite literally.
Going through here, make sure you shoot this guy right away.
Despite his manners, I'd done him a favor. This didn't look like a room where Rodrigo closed multi-million
The most
dollar
dedicated
deals. It looked
soldier
like a
in the
fiery
game.
hellhole.
empurra! Arma de posição! Puta! Você vai morrer!
Yeah, don't do that. That was slightly scary. My crosshair got lost behind Max, and yeah, that was almost scary. But the chapter is basically done at this point.
So much for a lazy Sunday afternoon. My next trick would be a high wire act with a fiery pit for a safety net. It was nice that no one was shooting at me for a change, but I'd take shot in the head over a slow roast on a spit any day of the goddamn week.
This is one of those chapter starts I was telling you about. You get 1 painkiller, you have a single pistol with not a ton of ammo. It can go real bad
Told me
real
the
quick
favelas
if
were full
you're
of drugs.
missing all your shots or your nerves are getting to you. Yeah, get the 2 painkillers behind the bar. I grabbed the rifle and the micro SMG.
Mata aquele cuzão culpado, vai! Estou contigo! Por favor, deixa embora!
If you make it this far, this is kind of when the run really starts going. This is when you know you have a shot at completing it. The difficulty starts ramping up, and
It was Monday afternoon.
it only
I'd
gradually
already
gets
been thrown
harder.
out of a party,
Even the final
gone to a
boss fight,
strip club, and
one of
got
the
into a
hardest
bar
parts in the
fight.
game.
This latest midlife crisis was certainly ticking all the boxes. I was walking into another not-so-welcome party. These hoods didn't look like Commando Sombra. Not that I was gonna get picky. This was clearly their turf, and I'd just shot up their favorite skin joint.
I'm still playing it pretty aggressively, but at this point, if you want to start slowing it down, it's the time to do it. The painkillers start getting a bit more sparse.
I was getting nowhere fast. The cold turkey was messing with me.
So, do not skip this cutscene.
I thought I'd found Fabiana, but
If you
instead
do,
I stumbled across some testosterone
you
fest.
instantly
A
die.
bunch of young punks with guns killing.
Technically, you
time
can
to
skip it
invade a new
right now after
town.
that
Nova Esperanza
testosterone
wasn't
line.
Exactly a
I just let it run
movie
its
kind of
course.
place. I recognized the hoods who jumped me earlier. I was trying to decide whether to crash this party or turn back, when my natural grace and finesse made the decision for me.
But yeah, you'll skip the cutscene, and right when you're riding this chain, you just die right away. So not every cutscene you can just skip through. This room can be pretty difficult. I take it very slow. There are a ton of enemies. And again, we only have 4 painkillers here. I walk in that room just to trigger more enemies to spawn.
I'd have felt worse taking someone's medication if everybody in that place hadn't been trying to kill me. There
Up
was
to
no
8
need to
painkillers
announce my
now.
arrival
Not
in
too
that part
bad.
of town. I'd drawn more than enough attention already.
Faltando uma loira gelada. Você falou que ia buscar, porra. Pô, eu falei que vai ser otário aqui 3 vezes aí. Até agora.
So there's a guy that shoots a flare coming up.
Que porra que estão fazendo lá embaixo?
Make sure you kill him.
Matariam sua mãe por uma conta de maconha.
I'm pretty sure just less enemies spawn overall. Because they don't shoot the flare and alert everyone.
Isso é tudo que você tem!
Here I walk forward to trigger them, trigger the enemies to spawn, then I just hang back. I play this area pretty slow as well.
Você foi atingido!
One vice at a time.
This part is fairly dangerous. Molotovs are being thrown at you. Be mindful of those. This was probably the cleanest I ever did it. I didn't even take damage there. I don't do it, but honestly, you can probably just run past all these enemies and just trigger the RPG guy at the end. And that is it for Chapter 7. We are halfway through the game. Back to New Jersey.
All of a sudden, I didn't need that time by myself. Passos was down the
Dual
hill. I had
wheeled
to
right
catch
off
up
the
to him.
rip. Classic Max Payne.
I knew I shouldn't have gone there, and that Passos might have to pay the price for my sentimentality.
Quick time event, make sure you hit the driver.
I started to wonder.
Another one of those moments you can lose your entire run in about a second.
We gotta get out of here, man. I don't respond well to being blown to bits.
Cover me! Here's your moment! Okay, so no... Come on! Got something, boy!
This is another section. Playing more aggressive is probably the way to go. I never quite figured out this little skirmish here.
It's like fucking Afghanistan out here! What's up, bro?
Oh shit! I'm pinned down! I think that's better!
Got the energy for an encore? Let's move!
Saying goodbye is painful.
Through the gate. Come on, hey, wake up, let's go.
Here I shoot dodge forward, and you want to get into the mix immediately,
I can't believe this!
because Passos will die. And it's fairly tight. When I was playing this for the first time, Passos kept dying, and I had no idea why.
Passos had put some distance
Yeah,
between
you want to
himself
just
and the
get in
goons.
there
I
and
meant to
kill as
follow.
many as you can immediately. No messing around.
I got someone. I think it's the hit. That Max Payne. The other guy might be here as well. Where you at? Over by that circular. The hit. He's like Latino or something. And the other one. Hold on to him.
Cover me, fellas! Go, go! Shithead!
They didn't have much of a reason to keep Passos alive, whoever they thought he was. Plots here weren't cheap. I'd take a freebie.
This guy's luck is running out!
Here I take out all the guys on the left. They don't even shoot at you. And then I just make my way around the right side.
Up in the tower.
This is the only
Here, I
way
believe you can
Where they
just
go, come.
run up.
Can you move up on him?
I
anyone's
definitely
guess.
wouldn't recommend it. Just play it safe.
Hey,
We're just trying to clear the mode here.
more of them. They're rushing you.
Take cover. Make sure you bullet time when you're peeking.
Okay?
Sure.
Stay in cover
right
the
up to
whole
the moment
time.
my head gets blown off.
You gotta move
You won't
again.
get one
I'll give you
shot,
cover. Wait on me.
but you will get two shot.
Behind that thing.
I take cover again right here. Bullet time out. Never leave the cover. You'll be fine.
Get a shot.
Run, duck, flank. Easy orders to give when you're way behind the front line.
Windows coming up.
Great.
Go around. Left. Get an angle.
Shoot 'em, and then shoot 'em.
Your body ain't gonna bury itself. Dig, motherfucker!
Little quick time event here. Also, you notice the further I get in the game, I kind of wait skipping the cutscenes a little bit. I'm just waiting a little bit just to make sure the game loads a little bit more. Last thing you want to do is get this far and then the game just crashes. Making our way down to the morgue.
The morgue. How appropriate. The dead bodies didn't need them.
2 painkillers, and do not skip this cutscene. What can happen is
This way.
the room doesn't load very well, and the enemies are all invisible.
Go. You go first.
Gentlemen, thank you.
This place looks about as good as any to make a stand.
If it does happen, I believe it
I
is
won't have to go far to
beatable.
go to work.
It happened to me one time, and I got
Like I said, Passo's always had a good sense
I
of
got
humor.
really far, but Passos ended
Find a
up
phone.
dying because, you
I
know,
got a
you just
connection in
can't
Queens who
see
can help
any
us.
enemies.
All right.
Spread out and clear every room before you move on. We don't want to miss.
But you can still see your reticle turn
Our
red,
SOS
so you know
is
when
gonna
you're
have
on
to
'em.
wait.
And you know where they're gonna, the general direction of where they're coming from.
Can't move here, Max. You gotta get up there and take him out.
Here I keep my camera aimed at him so he doesn't peek over and shoot at me.
Come on, man. Get up there and take him out. He's middle of the angle.
This is the safe way. You can shoot dodge off of the balcony and shoot them all that way. It's a much cooler way of ending it. Yeah, at this point I'm really waiting out the end screens. I do not want that infinite load glitch to happen to me again. I grabbed the rifle right off the rip.
The odds of me getting out of there alive, let alone Giovanna and Marcello, were narrowing with every passing second. There was a danger of this starting to get too real.
So run past everything here. Fighting everything is such a pain. Just trust it. Trust the process. Just run. And I didn't even get hit. It's fine. Kill the two gunners. Don't even bother shooting the pilot.
Still alive, and still not all that happy about it. Why did the easy way out never come? Maybe I thought I didn't deserve it.
Você tá me tirando,
Fala
porra!
alguma coisa, seu filho
Onde
da
tá o seu
puta!
I guess sobriety is relative. I couldn't make much sense of what I was seeing, but I had the feeling it wasn't that strange for anyone else. I had no These charmers weren't there to make a couple of arrests. They were bussing them out by the dozen. But who was I to cast judgment on proper police procedure and justifiable use of force?
Show essa puta aqui! Traz essa puta aí!
This next part can get out of hand pretty quick because you lose all your weapons. Well, you still have your dual wield. But I take it slow. And we got a quick time event fight here. Can be pretty scary. Make sure you practiced it and you memorize the inputs and you're ready for it. One wrong move and your run is over.
Get down. Stay out of sight.
Disperse e procure por toda parte. Temos que achar a menina e o americano.
Here all the enemies just kind of funnel in from that left side. Makes for an easy fight. And then the snipers, just make sure you use bullet time.
We have to get out of here!
I believe if you get downed by them, you don't get last stand. But regardless, just make sure you're full health.
Oh, thank God!
You okay?
Yeah.
Here, quick. Climb under here. And open the gate from the other side.
I can't do this!
Take out the guy on the roof. Make your way to the right side of the bus. Finish all these guys off. And then finish the guys over here. Keep your distance from the gas pumps.
Short of riding in on a parade float, we couldn't have made our arrival more obvious. We had to
Grab the
hide someplace
painkiller
out
in
of
this
the open.
room and make sure I grab all the ammo I can. Time is not really an issue anymore.
What now? Should I stay here?
I had to get this poor girl out of there.
Oh my God. Max,
Come on.
what's going on? What's going on?
I don't know, but we gotta get the hell out of here. Let's go.
We're not going to make it, are we?
We'll be fine. We just gotta lay low till Passos gets here.
What now? There's no way down!
Hold on. I was getting good at this.
Max! Max!
Tá lá, menina! Vem!
Ah! Max! There's still more up here! Are you okay?
If you catch those guys coming out of the doorway, they're easy prey.
Wait a second. I'm going to try something.
It felt strange dealing with any of this without a lining of scotch on the stomach. This would have to do.
What are you waiting for?
Come on. Let's get the hell away from here. Go on, it's okay. I'm right behind you.
There's someone down there.
You can shoot dodge every one of these guys. I never quite know where this last guy is, but works out really nice. Makes the room nice and easy.
Why are they doing this, Max? This is so fucked up.
Our day had started with us hiding in filth, and got progressively worse. My luck was running true to form. Or rather, I was running true to form. I'm here. It's okay. It's okay.
Alright, so the boss. Honestly, nothing too crazy.
Oh, I can't control this thing.
You're doing fine!
Oh my god.
Try to stay calm! Keep going!
I don't know what I'm doing.
Just keep your foot
Really,
on the
it's the
gas.
end of it that is, can be a little bit scary.
Careful! Try to keep us straight!
Sorry. Will do. Oh no. Ah!
So it's kind of hard to see, but if you shoot the rocket,
Yeah, I see it.
you'll just kill every enemy.
Sorry.
Yep,
Oh
it's pretty nice.
Try to stay calm!
no. I don't know what I'm doing. Look, faster.
Just drive! Hold on!
So after you shoot the grenade, go into bullet time right away and kill as many people as you can. And always, always, always keep your health up. This is the final section of this chapter, so no reason to hold on to any painkillers. Use them up. You don't want to leave your run to the chance of a last stand being, you know, messed up or anything. "107 kills. That is quite a lot of enemies in that chapter. So here, be mindful, you start out with no painkillers at all. So right after I kill those two
Pirates
people,
wouldn't get everything.
I double back and grab that one. Just for that safety net. And if you want, you can just grab it right away. It's probably the smarter thing to do. There's another painkiller in this last room on the left.
The dead guys
bathroom
look like
yet again.
soldiers in one of those Central American guerrilla armies. Pirates with a manifesto. Psychos with a dream. That sort of bullshit. They didn't help with my sea legs, but they sure as shit felt good. The radio. Maybe I could send out an SOS.
If you haven't already at this point, it's probably a good time to start being more patient. You can burn through all your painkillers pretty quickly in these last chapters.
The need to get out of the boat's hull and onto the upper deck as soon as possible was countered by the probability. Sucking oxygen from the room. I didn't care if I got shot the second I got out of there. I needed one more gulp of fresh air before I died. It was like the need for a wake-up whiskey after a 2-day bender. How to shut off the fuel feeds. I shut down one engine, but it didn't make much difference. Breathe again. Now the boat could get back to smelling like suntan oil, stale margaritas, and greed. So this was the famous Panama Canal. We could have gone to the moon while I was passed out.
One guy on the top deck, two in the middle, the last one on the top, every time.
It was a
painkiller in the back of the workout room.
Where was everyone? I still didn't know what the hell happened. I had to save some valuables.
There's no reason to kill these guys other than to just do it. I don't know. I just feel obligated to.
There was something firing these guys other than good old-fashioned socialist zeal. What were they looking for?
The top deck can get pretty hectic. So again, make sure you're using your cover. Take it one enemy at a time.
I was on a ghost ship in a ghost canal. The whole thing creeped me the hell out. Booze, coke, pills. You could get whatever party favor you wanted on this vessel.
Here you can kill these guys later and explode the truck and everything. I like to just kill them now and be safe. So I didn't see that guy on my left, and I went in the last stand there. So even though it's on medium, you still die pretty damn quick. Gotta remain vigilant.
Maybe there was something on the bridge. I checked every other inch of the boat.
Make sure you grab those 2 painkillers before progressing.
I spotted Passos and Marcelo.
And the Paso section here, I never really leave this cover. I just stay back here.
Shame to see it go to waste.
This was a bit sloppy. Definitely used more painkillers than I would have liked. That was a bit cleaner.
I don't know what I expected to find. On a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists, I'd been a cabaret act. Shooting whatever came in front of me was easier than coming to terms with that reality.
Double back, grab the painkillers in the truck. Yeah, that was a weird little, I don't know, bug there where my screen was black and white. Probably because I was in bullet time as I was going in the cutscene. I don't know. But it was kind of scary. Getting this far into the game, you're just Please, nothing happen. That's all you can think.
You don't! Ah! No me mate! No disparo!
Can shoot open the doors to get a good look at the enemies. And the lobby is clear.
My own private welcoming party.
Here, shoot out the window so you can see the enemies on the opposite bridge.
I blocked out all my questions. All I thought about was getting to Daphne Bernstein before it was too late.
Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. The last 3 chapters. I avoid that grenade launcher on the table, personally. I tried it a little bit when I was just practicing, and I kept killing myself with it. So I deemed it not worth it for me, but if you can make it work, go for it. Yeah, it's just full turtle mode at this point. Taking no chances. You make it this far, you have a good shot at completing the run. Yeah, if you play on console and you ever plan on getting a PC, I highly recommend picking this game up or playing it again. It's kind of just a glorified aim trainer, really. Really helps with keyboard and mouse aim.
Call it evidence for De Silva. I knew this thing was bigger than me. Bigger than the Broncos, but I only had a glimpse of the whole picture. Like looking in a mirror and for an instant seeing what everyone else sees. A bad caricature of a better man. Buffet.
Your weaponry is taken away and you're left with your makeshift silencer, silence pistol. Take out these 3 guys. And take them out. My goal is to grab the rifle as soon as I can. Nothing back in here, I was just making sure. Another area I'd take really slow. There are just enemies everywhere, crouched behind all their cover. Another area you can just drain through your painkillers almost immediately if you're just too gung-ho.
This was hell on earth. De Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset too if I were him. But I was in too far now.
Good rule of thumb, if you see a bar, there's probably painkillers behind it.
For all Serrano owed me, he'd paid enough. For now, I had bigger debts to call in.
No more enemies for a bit. Can take a little breather.
Even I could guess what Demolisal meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one.
When you find yourself in hell, dance with the devil.
I I'd seen some dark shit in my time, but this was something else. At least my visitors have been kind enough to leave the gate open.
So we're going to hold on to the sniper for the rest of the chapter. It is extremely useful against the final enemy. So be a bit aggressive on these guys. You can catch them all in the hallway. That was really stupid. I saw my life flash before my eyes, I'm not gonna lie. And then turn around immediately, take out the guys.
It had been going real cheap.
Trying to come from
The
behind.
rest of those explosives, I had to do it now.
Once again, you plant that one, you can catch all the enemies in the hallway. Easy kills. And we're good, we just gotta plant the rest of the C4. I love so much here how my arm just cocks back behind my head like that. It works. Try to take out all these enemies in one bullet time. A lot of these shotgun guys can just absolutely wreak havoc on you. Coming up is why we kept the sniper. I kind of panic, but what you want to do is just hip fire the sniper at him when your reticle just shows up. It's a one tap. He'll die right away. I do get it off, but I kind of panic and aim down the sight. There it is. Turns red, just shoot. He's dead. All right, chapter 13. You start out with no painkillers. So make sure you kill these 3 people effectively.
I knew nothing resembling good times.
Fortunately,
lay me on
there's
that
2
gate, but I was
painkillers in
gonna
the
have to
office.
face the music sooner or later. I guess our little stunt helped some other civic might. It sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever nonsense De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Você vai me achando com cara de babaca? Por favor, eu te fiz uma pergunta, porra!
Painkiller in this last cell.
The last few prisoners were
This
trapped
part I
in
stay in
here.
cover the whole
Presently.
time.
Seemed I was too. They had their body armor. I had mine.
I let this cutscene play out and make sure you are not holding.
That kid had the right
Anything.
idea. There was
Just
no point
stay in
bouncing
cover.
bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he
The
left
armored
off,
vehicle will absolutely decimate you
and then immediately
in less than a
regretted that
second.
decision.
So wait for it to stop shooting, and what I do is I climb over the barricade, bullet time into the pickup, and bullet time when I fire. Pick up the next rocket. You're gonna get so many kills. It's amazing. Pick up the other one, shoot it as well, and you'll kill virtually everyone. Pick up that grenade launcher. It is super important. It will make your life so much easier.
Well, wasn't this
I love that
nice?
that guy still dies even
Perfect
though I
end
killed
to a
him before he
perfect
shot.
trip. If someone had told me 6 months ago this was where my life was headed, I'd have ordered a double of whatever they were drinking, drunk it, then blown my head off. Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes.
This was a terrible start to the grenade launcher use. You can kill all these guys so easily. But whatever. I actually almost went in a final stand there. And if you go into final stand with the grenade launcher, you're basically screwed. So good thing that didn't happen. I almost
Every
just lost the
bastard in
run
the
there.
joint must have known I was on the loose by now. I couldn't afford to waste any more time.
This is what we wanted the grenade launcher for, the elevator section. I shoot out the windows just to do it.
And of course,
I decided to be
they were
safe.
headed my way.
I bullet time out into the open, shoot the grenade, kill them all. This room is so much easier with the grenade launcher. Wait till that opens, kill them all. And you get a ton of time. So if
the
you're
heat
short on
rising,
time at this
that meant I
point,
was getting closer to the
that'll help
source.
you out a lot.
I had to keep moving.
I decided to ditch it here because I just don't want to take any risk. I didn't practice using it past this point. It would help in this room though against this heavy armored enemy you
Whatever
fight.
depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer.
So when you're in this room, everyone kind of just runs at you. This guy I just used the wall trick for. I took no damage, but still kind of sketchy. He got a little bit too close for my
more
liking.
Cops than cholesterol, and still no sign of Becker. It wasn't the first time it dawned on me I should probably have gone over the plan in more detail, but it was too late for that now. I still didn't know how I'd gone from drinking myself numb in New Jersey to looting corpses in Brazil, but this was where I was.
Yeah, something about when you shoot enemies through a
was
bar
starting to feel as if I'd
or
never
chain
leave that
or
place,
mesh.
like one of those nightmares.
They don't
where you keep
actually
running
die,
and
but you
running,
trigger the
only to
bullet
discover
cam.
you're chasing yourself. Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell and fast. My eyes and throat burned, but at least I could breathe. I was trying to work out what direction I was headed in when I discovered some more.
Another fight that can get pretty scary. Can't see through the smoke. You can play this even more careful, like behind the beam, or just flat out go into the other room and shoot through the windows.
I couldn't get that tape out of my head. Why had Ufe killed Rodrigo? I wasn't gonna find any answers in the forensics lab. I had to push on.
Hey, pal.
I'm pretty terrible at this room. I never quite know when the people are done spawning over here and when the other people are gonna start aggressing. I definitely take unneeded damage here. There's an ammo bag there if you need it.
pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past. It was a little late to be thinking.
So I didn't learn this till after the fact, but the flak vest actually provides no additional protection from bullets.
Rodrigo,
So,
Giovanni,
that's kinda sad,
Passos,
but oh
everyone
well.
that meant anything was gone.
I look
Like
badass
so many
wearing
times
it.
before, I'd found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best.
Don't forget about that guy.
Homem atingido! Vamos, em frente! Cuidado! Vai, vai! Consegue se mexer?
Accidental reload.
About the only friend I had left in that town.
So you want to be behind the sandbags even more than you think, because they can shoot you through the edge of them. If you go into last stand here, it'd be tragic. You probably won't be able to get back up.
Aqui, não me mata, não me mata! Peraí! Ataca essa putada, cacete!
Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the black market. Now I was coming for mine.
On to the boss fight. Kill the first two coming up the stairs. Painkiller in the office. Kill the one in this back room. And then I bunker down back here and take everyone out slowly.
Hey! You Americans!
Me dê cobertura!
Once you kill them, make your way to the right to that
Couldn't get a
painkiller.
direct shot. I was gonna have to get creative.
And
It was
get
a waste of
forward.
bullets. His cover was too good.
Now he can't shoot you. Shoot the ceiling. In particular, that. And once you hear that, make your way into the room. These enemies that come out of the doorway can immediately shoot you out of the cutscene. So just make your way in here so they don't do that. Now if you're not careful, he can like sometimes shoot you. So make sure you're just really hugging this front wall. And once we drop this, we're good to finish him off. Wait for him to come forward. Done. Oh boy. On to chapter 14. The final chapter. Really waited out this end screen. And we loaded in. So this first room, all my nerves caught up to me, and it's absolutely awful. First of all, you get limited ammo in this gun, and I am missing every shot. This is so bad. I am legitimately at this point panicking. So about what you have to do, you have to make your way forward, grab the first gun you see, and it's going to be a laser, so it's going to be hard to aim. And what I didn't see before is that guy to my left. He just ruined me. And now I am out of painkillers. So if I die here, run's over. Needless to say, I take this room as slow as possible. Yeah, that was absolutely awful. Just what I like to do is stay in that little enclosure on the belt, and you know, if you don't miss every single shot, you'll be fine. But I was cold as ice this whole run, and then all my nerves caught up with me there. But now I'm feeling pretty good again. There'll be one guy up here. Now I'm going to run forward, trigger the enemies, and just run immediately back. Really take my time. Finally, a painkiller.
Only I wasn't heading home with a sunburn, a bag full of
Once I got out of that
dose of
room,
VD. I was
pretty happy. So if you can, prioritize picking up a rifle without the laser sight. which I was lucky enough to find one right there. It will be extremely useful in the room coming up, the terminal.
These were Becker's guys. Him and Victor had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet.
One painkiller in here and another 2 in here. And we're sitting pretty good at 5
in the
now.
direction of the main terminal.
We recovered. Run forward to trigger the enemies, and you can just stay back here until they're all dead if you want. With the rifle, you just can range them from all the way back here. One taps all around.
The gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge. Maybe they were in the next terminal. I'd keep looking until Victor sent me a postcard from Miami.
Terminal down. On to the trams. Oh yeah, I had no ammo on my gun. That's really bad.
The tram to the next terminal was down the escalators.
Kind of post up on the second column here. Take everyone out at a distance.
It didn't look like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on. Chances were I wasn't going to be alive much longer. So why not get a buzz on? It worked. The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both.
There'll be 4 enemies from each tram. With a rifle, you can easily range them out.
I felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes.
This is easily the worst I've ever done this part. But that's what happens when you're on the last chapter of New York Minute Hardcore. You're just gonna start making dumb mistakes like this.
Everyone wanted a ticket for the Max Payne Express. Tram was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me.
Full health, 9 painkillers, basically full ammo. Just make sure you stock up for the final fight, the final boss fight.
This was my stop. It had taken me right into the heart of it. Becker's gimps were everywhere. So he and Bronco must be close. The smart move would have been sticking with DeSilva and going straight to the hangar. But when was I ever about smart moves? I'm a dumb move guy. Hey Max, we'll drive onto the runway. No thanks. Let me walk in the main entrance. I'll put a big shit-eating grin on my face and let these assholes take turns trying to kill me. That's my style, and it's too late in the day to hope for change. Boy, were they throwing numbers at this problem. But then, I'd chosen to be here. I wanted this. Was it redemption? Not really. It was pathetic desperation, and not much else. The further in I got, the more guys I saw. Becker wasn't running a police force. He was running an army. These guys were better trained and better equipped than anyone I'd seen out here. and I'd seen some mean sons of bitches. The mission was screaming suicide, but I didn't give a damn. At least I'd die being a pain in the ass. There the bastards were, sneaking off in their rich kid's toy.
Eu tenho tudo sob controle. Tenha uma boa viagem, senhor.
I ain't got nowhere else to go, Becker!
Mr. Payne, I believe you had something to say to me. Mate ele! Mate ele agora! Não! Não! Não!
So right when you shoot the grenade, go into bullet time, and if you can, kill everyone. If you can crowd control immediately, it is great. Yep, everyone's dead. I kill a full truck here. I make a huge mistake. I reload there with a grenade coming right at me. Only did a little bit of damage. If you're behind cover and it doesn't like land on you, you'll be good. But I take cover behind this one now that the other one's dead. When the cop car comes, he's going to shoot a nade at you. Guaranteed. Just wait for it. There it is. Kill the people in the cop car. Make the shot. Don't miss.
This was it. It was almost over. So I guess I'd become what they wanted me to be. A killer. Some rent-a-clown with a gun who puts holes in other bad guys. Well, that's what they had paid for, so in the end, that's what they got. Say what you want about Americans, but we understand capitalism. You buy yourself a product and you get what you pay for. And these chumps had paid for some angry gringo without the sensibilities to know right from wrong. Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
All right, final stretch.
Look! A squad is coming from the right! Passenger side!
This part's more of a victory lap than anything. You make it here. Probably feeling pretty good. I know I was. Make sure you kill the helicopter. Don't forget about it. I go into bullet time when I'm reloading. Just makes it seem like it's faster.
Your career's coming down with that plane! Let's get it over with!
Max! The other plane!
And boom, that's it. New York Minute Hardcore on Max Payne 3. Extremely proud of this one. The shadows rushed me. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're going to attempt it, I wish you luck. Hopefully this video will help you out. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.